Basically, we receive the lead. I'll then get in contact with the client. From there, it's just a matter of asking them a couple of questions, what they're thinking of, what their plan, time frame. Go out there, organise a time and a date to pop out there, and then go through their needs, do a measure up, find out their time frames, what style of bathroom. It's pretty handy as well if they know actually what they want to do and how they want to do it, if they want to move services around. Run through all that on site with the general site inspection, and then from there it then goes to the quoting stage.
So today I'm joined by Anthony and Samantha from Jim's Bathrooms and Resurfacing. Which part of the country are you guys from?
We're from Sydney.
Yep, up in Sydney. And how you been with Jim since last year, or how long?
Yeah, we've just gone on 6 months now. So we started in November.
Yeah. And what made you decide to join the division?
I'm a carpenter builder by trade. I was working with a contractor, and every second job we're pretty much doing bathrooms. And I started, my mother-in-law, Sam's mum, wanted to upgrade her bathroom. I was too busy at the time. Yeah, just rang around to all the local builders. No one could do it. And then I came across the ad from Jim's, spoke to them, and it went from there. And yeah, here we are. Yeah. 6 months later.
We had a lot of chats with Steve.
Yes.
So, I think he was really good in terms of giving us an insight of what we could expect and, answered out. We had a lot of questions. So, yeah, I think he sort of gave us the confidence and enough of a background that it was something we wanted to move forward with.
Yeah. Well, what was it about that, what he said that you liked the idea? Was it the volume of jobs, or was it just the ability to work for yourself, or what was it?
I think it was, a bit of mixture of both. And it was a new division. I was thinking if you do jump on board early, then obviously from there, you're going to embed yourself better in the market. Yeah, and then obviously with the Jim's brand itself, like they've got that much, I guess you could say, the clients and data, all that side of things, which I think...
It's a good reputation.
Yeah, it's a good reputation. Yeah, and that's why I was thinking that on the client side of things, that's what they're going to be looking for, a company that has that good reputation.
We were kind of really delving into to really understand a lot before we kind of took the leap. I think that, Anthony, to go from a salary role to... having our own business sort of thing, we had a baby on the way, so there was a lot at stake for us. So I think, because we asked so much around what the plans were and what the strategy was and what the team was like and what we could expect, the answers to all of those things were what gave us confidence to kind of go, okay, well, I think we can make this work. And obviously, there's a lot of passion there and a lot of knowledge and experienced people. So it was kind of an easy decision then.
Yeah. How'd you find the training? Because it can be quite scary coming from an interstate down to Melbourne. So how was that whole experience?
I was really surprised with it. I didn't know what to expect. And then when I was at the airport, I was like, oh no, there might be like one or two people here. And there was a busload. I could not believe how many people were there. I think they said that there was 110 or so people that was there that week. I found it really good, and I think that's kind of what sold it to me. It just felt like it was a good and decent outfit. And I was like going, these guys are set up. They want everyone to succeed. There's the support system behind it, and you could see it with how everything was structured when we were down there.
And how's the business been for you? You've been 6 months in it, and obviously transitioning from employment to running your own business, plus with a young family. How's it all been?
We started in November. So November, December, it was a little bit slow. Just fact that no one wants to start a bathroom at that time, but we basically stockpiled those jobs to January. Clients were happy to do that, and then from that we've just been one after the other. After that, our first bathroom started in the first week of January, and then the second one followed, third, fourth, and then it went on from there.
In a word, hectic. It's been hectic.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah,
because obviously there's a lot of fear coming from employment. You don't know, how's it, we're going to be busy or not, and that sort of thing. And how many jobs have you roughly been doing a month, or how many do you get through maybe a week? Is it one a week, or is it a couple of a fortnight, or how does it work?
Yeah, it should be pretty much around one a week to maybe like over a month, maybe 2 to 3 bathrooms in the month.
Yep.
But in saying that, some of the jobs that we've done have been multiple. So it's like a bathroom, an ensuite, and a laundry. The family wants to upgrade everything at the one time. So it's been pretty good on that aspect, that we can cater for the needs for those families and those clients.
And that goes right down to sort of partial renos, where it might just be a vanity replacement or something like that. So, we go from small jobs to large jobs. So you might have two running concurrently, but I think we've done 17 or 18 jobs kind of over that time frame. So I think it equals out at around 2 or 3 a month, which I think is comfortable. But we've definitely found that we keep evolving our process and our interactions with the clients and how we present, quotes and ourselves and those sort of things. So I think we've found our conversion rate has been increasing over time as we're kind of learning as well. So it's been a good experience. It's a little bit tougher with a very young family in that, before we had our second child, it was kind of easier. We knew we could sit down at 8 p.m. at night once she'd gone to bed and we could do the paperwork and we'd get up to date and kind of work out what was next. But then when we had a second one come, that sort of went out the window with bed schedules. So yeah, we're just trying to fit it all in and make it work. And the flexibility, we're starting to realize the flexibility now. I think the first couple of months was, just trying to make sure that it was going to be successful and really put a lot in. Whereas, now it's nice to kind of be able to sit back and have that balance that we were really looking to get into.
Well, it's great to hear that because obviously a lot of people in gyms, they join, it's always money motivation at the start, but they realize quickly it's the family and the flexibility to do stuff, which is probably way more important to people in the long run. I was going to say as well, from the customer's perspective, then what's the process? If someone goes, yep, I want to redo my bathroom, what's the process from a customer? They obviously call the call center or they go on the website and then you guys get the details. Let's just how do you guide people from transforming that from that drab space into a really nice bathroom? What's the process?
Yeah, that's correct. Basically, we receive the lead. I'll then get in contact with the client, and then from there, it's just a matter of asking them, a couple of questions, what they're thinking of, what their plans, time frame, and then go out there, organise a time and a date to pop out there. Yeah, and then go through their needs, do a measure up, find out their time frames, what style of bathroom. It's pretty handy as well if they know actually what they want to do and how they want to do it, if they want to move services around. Yeah, just so we can run through all that on site with the general site inspection. And then from there, it then goes into the quoting stage.
And they can ask questions along the way. And obviously, like Anthony's done this a lot, so he can kind of give guidance in terms of what might work, what won't. But when people do make an inquiry, they can do that through the website, they can do that through Facebook, they can do that by calling the call center. Yeah. And that lead comes in and they usually get a phone call back, sometimes within a couple of minutes, but very, very quickly. A lot of people are actually surprised to hear from Anthony that quickly after they put an inquiry in. But yeah, it's very much we kind of pride ourselves on the communication piece, which I know is really strong for gyms as well. So it's very much just working with the client to see what's going to suit their budget and their tastes. The availability of what can be done in a bathroom can be right from, very much, I don't have a lot of budget to work with, but I just want to give it a refresh. So there's options like, respraying or changing out a vanity or, just putting in some new floor tiling, right the way through to doing a custom renovation where everything changes. So yeah, it can have such a transformation, but it's really helping a client kind of realize what they want to do. But like Anthony said, when they have a very clear vision, it's just helping them really deliver that vision and making sure they're really satisfied with the end result.
And does it help you if they have photos of prior as well? They might want to look like this and does it help or does it hinder the process?
As they say, a picture paints 1,000 words. If someone can give me an image, then I can build it to that. So yeah, it really does help. I guess now with the Instagram and social media and stuff, it really does help it because then they take a screenshot or say, hey, I'm thinking about this photo. Can you create this? What's in this photo? Yeah. And then from there, we can do that.
And even if they, if they just, kind of say, I just want, to be very clean and white, or I'm kind of looking for this, then obviously we can sort of come to them with ideas and show them past projects that we've done as well. But we have a bunch of suppliers that we kind of work with regularly, so we can always send them down there and we know they're getting good advice and can sort of, it's always nice to be able to see things, I think, in person as well. Yeah. So yeah, if they're on holidays or if they're at a friend's house and they like their bathroom and you're thinking about a renovation, it's always nice to just snap a photo and then you've kind of got that in your mind about what you want to do.
So with the quote you provide them, so obviously there's everything will be line items, stuff like that. Is there a visual aspect to that quote as well? Or how do people then, like you might go, here's the quote, they've shown you a picture. Is it like plans or something they see, or how do you sort of show it to them visually?
So I think the quote itself would be an overview of the work that's involved and obviously the costs and things as well. We like to also send site plans as part of that as well to kind of go, this is your existing space, this is the measurements of it, and this is the future state of what we've kind of been talking about, particularly if they're moving things. So if things are moving into new locations, there's also great technology out there as well that can kind of build it in a 3D model and can kind of put the different colours, tiles in and the different vanities and mirrors and all of those sort of things. So I think providing providing something to them, particularly those site drawings, so they can kind of visualize this is what we think it's going to look like or how it anticipates, and then some past projects, things like that, just to give them a sense of who we are and what we can do, and giving them some background about us and about, I guess, the benefits of choosing to do a renovation through one of the gyms franchises.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and check out the Instagram, because you guys have got a good Instagram at the division with all the transformations. It's quite amazing to see how much better it makes the home look with the in some of those old bathrooms, back from the 90s and stuff, and just seeing what it comes to. It's quite amazing. Just the value add to a home, and just the feeling, I think, when they have a new bathroom is really, really important for people. I was going to say, what are some of the style trends that you see at the moment? What are people asking you for more? Is there some particular type of vanity, or what's the sort of thing that's maybe a bit more common now?
I think the most common ones at the moment, like vanity-wise, would be the freestanding vanities, or the wall-hung floating vanities, the freestanding baths, and putting in a feature wall or a niche. We've done a couple of the shelves that run along the whole entire of the wall. That, plus if they also put the LEDs in, the LED really do highlight that feature. Comes out quite nice.
There's definitely more of a fashion sort of statement now, I guess, rather than just your stock standard plain bathroom, which we do a span of everything, but those abstract kind of mirror sizes and storage is a really big thing. But we've seen a lot of people also doing the same tile on the floors and the walls. Okay. So kind of then allowing everything else in the space to kind of really shine. But everyone's got their own taste and their own budget. So we see a really wide variety as well. Yeah.
What's the biggest budget bathroom you've done? What's the most expensive one?
We've just come out of one bathroom. It was a bathroom, 2 bathrooms, a WC powder room, and I think that was around the
$60,000.
Yeah, it was about that. Yeah.
That's the 3 rooms, though, essentially, is it all?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Like, I think people get put off at the price, but I don't think it's as expensive as what people might think, especially gyms bathrooms. And
it's also bang for your buck. Like when you look at it as well, the dollar value that would have been added onto the value of that house would be, I don't know, 2, 3 times, 4 times what they actually spent. It was a good quality home, and they renovated really good quality fittings and fixtures, and I think they really got their money, like value for money out of that job.
I think it's a great point. I think it's
fixtures that you can get to, like the different color ranges. You can get the standard chrome, the matte black, the brush nickel, the brush gold. Like there's so many different ones, and really, the right selection with the right color choices. It really has an amazing result.
I think it's a really good point about the value add to the home. I think it's an absolute, for what people pay compared to what it can add. I think if they're looking at selling, especially, and their bathrooms are a bit older, I think it's an absolute no-brainer. So, and
I think the history is that we've seen research that sort of says it can pay itself sort of 7 times over.
Really?
Into what you invest into your bathroom, the value of the house. And we see a lot of people actually renovating or putting in a request to renovate because they are selling. So because the interest rates are higher, because the costs of buying a property is higher, a lot of people are wanting a turnkey walk in and have everything done sort of scenario. So we're seeing a lot of people who are preparing to sell to get their bathrooms done too. So we can help them out with that.
And from a customer's perspective, why should someone use, let's say, gyms bathrooms maybe to another tradie? Because I know for me, I've been in gyms for 13 years, and I've used external trades before compared to gyms franchisees. I know the difference. But do you want to maybe outline the difference between maybe someone using you, maybe to someone else? What do you think from your perspective in how you run your business and service standards?
I think from a gym's perspective, like us now knowing the process of going through, so all the franchisees are police checked, the history of the brand, and I think the fact that there's also an entity to be able to go to. So people come to the call center. It's the gym's group. If there's ever any feedback or any questions or any issues, you've got somewhere to come to. If you go to a local builder or a local company, if you have any issues with recourse or anything like that, you don't really have anywhere to go.
Yep.
But there's always, you can go overall to the gyms group, and then you've got access to all the other, franchises as well. They take a lot of care with who that I think they select to be a franchisee, but the history behind it, the authenticity of all the people that are there, everyone is run as a small business. So you really care about what you do and your clients. It's not a huge conglomerate. It's all families.
And it's also personal as well. Yeah, where with the bigger companies, they might be, they're just like employees, where, because we're a franchise, it's our bread and butter. Yeah.
Exactly.
You take you take it personally, you try and give the best result that you possibly can.
And we're like we want to service people in the local area. We want to use local trades. You want people to see the ute driving around with the branding on it. There's a lot of training involved. There's a lot of communication. So, Stephen, our franchisor, has put on like sales coaching and training and things like that, but it's a very connected group. So everyone's continually trying to better themselves as well. Yeah.
How's the support been from Stephen? You mentioned sales coaching them, which is great. How's the support been overall? So I know there's a few Jim's Bathrooms franchisees in New South Wales now. I think it's maybe 12 or something like that. So how's that all been?
Yeah, it's been good from day one. Steve's he's been really easy to deal with, easy to contact if you ever have an issue. And that was one of the other things with Jim's is as a new business, you're going to come across all these issues or hiccups. And it's good that you got that support that you can actually call Steve, speak to one of the other franchises and just go, hey, have you come across this? How have you handled it? On that side of things, I think it's good. We've got a good community here. Yeah, and I guess I speak to Steve, I think, at least weekly, if not more. Yeah, just for a general catch-up, see how things are going or if we have any issues or questions and stuff like that, yeah.
And they have like a community, like a Zoom call, like every week or couple of weeks where all the Sydney team kind of gets together and talks about if they have any questions or...
a certain topic for that week.
Yeah, and then there's like a WhatsApp chat group as well, so you can put out and ask questions or... if your team of trades that you've got, if one of them is busy, you can always contact one of the other ones to say, hey, who's somebody that you really recommend and trust that we could utilize? Or each of the franchisees, they've all got trades as well. So, you're able to kind of leverage and support each other as well to sort of, work together on jobs or utilize their trade. So, there's a lot of communication. Everyone's very happy to share their experiences or kind of help, support each other.
That's great to hear. And I was going to say then, maybe what's been the most challenging thing then doing the business? Has it been just trying to work around with the family? What's been the most challenging thing for you guys?
Starting the business, I think that was a bit hard at the start because obviously there's a lot to deal with when you start a business. Once we got through that, I think it's now just constantly just being on top of things and trying to produce the best thing that we possibly can, I guess.
Yeah, it's all the learnings. So we're definitely changing and adapting, but
it's a learning curve. Yeah,
you kind of start doing something, you think, I wish I'd gone back and started this from the start. So, setting up and kind of tracking what you're doing and all of the different jobs and when they started and when they finished and what the spend was and all of those sort of things. So, doing that from the start would have been great, but we kind of caught up and have done that now. So, you're just constantly evolving your process, but it is a lot of time and energy, and I think you've kind of got to go all in when you start something like this. And for us, we were very motivated to succeed because we had to support our family, and we wanted Anthony to be able to kind of set his own hours, and he was working a lot of long hours, previously for somebody else. So why not work long hours yourself?
And financially, have you been happy with what you've been able to do compared to what you're doing in your employment?
We've looked at that. We're pretty much on par at the moment. Like, we're 6 months in. Obviously, we've got a lot of expenses that when you do start a business that do come out, but it looks like at the moment we're on par with what I was earning beforehand to what I am now. Yeah. So I think so far it's been a good result, obviously due to the hard work at the start.
Yeah.
But I think hopefully the next half of the year, like up to 12 months in, hopefully that'll be the test to see how things go. But I've been positive. I think we've made the right choice.
Well, it's pretty good to be able to replace your income pretty much within 6 months and, have that flexibility and stuff as well, which is fantastic as well. So it's not easy for everyone to do. And I know when Jim does his talk, he sort of, thinks, within 12 months to 2 years is sort of a good level to replace. But I think you're obviously already at that point, which is fantastic. And what's your plan for your businesses? Are you, as you said, you mentioned maybe profitability to exceed what you're previously making, or you want to scale with staff, or what do you sort of plan on doing?
I think with the start, we pretty much it was just me doing majority of everything, and obviously organising the trades and stuff like that. Now that we've gone through the first 6 months, we know our systems and all of our procedures on how we're going to do stuff. Now we can actually I think I'm going to be able to sit back and actually organise the trades and actually get contractors in to do like the carpentry and the building work. So then that way it gives me more time to actually focus on the business and basically winning the jobs, converting those leads into jobs.
Yes, so more of like you'd be the full-time sales role almost in a way.
Yeah.
So you guys work together in organising it all and project manager sort of style. Yep.
Yeah, that'll be the goal, to do that. And if we could get a good, strong team behind us, then that's the goal.
Awesome. And Samantha, just how do you guys work together in the business? Are you what's the processes in regards to who's doing what role? And
he pretty much does everything site level and initial interactions with the clients, and oversees the whole project and is there throughout. And then I kind of do the admin and finances side of things. So I'll either be issuing the quotes, doing the invoicing. I tend to email the clients a lot back and forth. So if they've selected a package or something where we're supplying all the bathroom items, to kind of outline what are the pictures and codes and things of what they're expected to see, or if they have questions or information on suppliers, or issuing their contracts, those sort of things. So more just kind of the background stuff, kind of after hours.
Has your first time working together?
Yes.
Has it been as a husband and wife team? I interview a few husband and wife teams. I always ask it. How's it been?
That's been good.
Yeah, I think we're a pretty good team.
Yeah.
And we kind of know each other, and Sam's really good at what she does, and it just makes it a lot easier on my side of things. I think we understand each other pretty well.
Yeah, like it's definitely like we've renovated our house before, so I think if we've survived that, then we can work well as a team. But I mean, obviously having young children kind of adds a bit of pressure to it, and you're tired at the end of the day, or they've kept you up most of the night, or you've had the little one in your bed, or whatever it is. So there's definitely some trying times, but I think that the key is always communication and trying to remember to be patient, and that you've both got different skill sets, which you kind of just need to meet in the middle, and I think it works quite well.
Well, it's great to see you got a family business. We've got a lot of family businesses in gyms, and I interview a lot of husband and wife teams, and I have young kids and stuff, so it's great to be able to interview someone from Gyms Bathrooms doing similar to what our other divisions are doing as well. But it's fantastic to hear how well you're doing already. And there's just another question to Anthony as well. Mentally, how's it been going from the employment to small business owner? How have you found it? Has it been, like you mentioned about obviously working long hours for yourself, obviously compared to before, but how's it maybe mentally been? You find yourself a bit more happier, a bit more relaxed, or how's that overall?
I think at the start, just because there's so much going on, it is a little bit overwhelming. But once you find your feet, you go through like the first bathroom, you understand that, go into the second bathroom, third bathroom. Now I don't know, you just keep on moving. That's what I found, that if you just keep on moving, everything just works itself out. It is very mentally draining, I guess, on that side of things as well. But I don't know. I found it, I guess, with the support with Sam, I found it pretty good, I guess, considering.
You've got to juggle a lot of things. I guess you've got to juggle trades, you've got to juggle the clients. So there's a lot of things to manage.
When you look at a bathroom, there could be up to like 12 different contractors, like different trades. Depends on what's happening with that one. So there's a lot of juggling just in that one bathroom. And then when you add on multiple, then it becomes a bit tricky. But I think you just have to have those couple of minutes, look at each job, all right, work out your plan of attack, and then go from there.
And I was going to say, because a lot of people want to attempt this stuff themselves, but I think just dealing with, obviously having you there who knows what they're supposed to be doing and how it's supposed to be done, is just such a no-brainer. Because I understand people see renovation shows and they give it a crack themselves, and who knows what result they could get, whereas what the actual trades are supposed to be doing, and you can stay on top of them and keep them accountable. Yes,
that's right. And there's also the laws are constantly changing all the time as well. Like recently, I think it was last year that the actual waterproofing laws changed dramatically. So people might try and do something by themselves. They might get caught out because the laws have changed. So it's one of those factors that we're on top of what's to the Australian standards and the national building codes. Yeah. And I guess that's also to it gives the client peace of mind that it is being done correctly.
I think it does end up being more cost effective as well. So
sure.
Some people might look at it and go, well, I'll book all of these individual trades myself. But the time of when you need them and being able to have them concurrently and things like that can make, I think, the job blow out and actually cost more. Whereas if you've got somebody who's very experienced, who's overseeing it all, who has this team of trades to come in and out, you're not having to deal with those 12, 13 people. You're kind of dealing with one person. And Anthony made the comment the other day is when you do a renovation or whatever you're sort of doing when you hire a service, is that you're having to have that person in your house for that amount of time. So you want a level of comfort with with them and their experience and their history and who they've got working with them. Because effectively for a bathroom, you're going to have somebody in your house for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is, however many weeks there are. You want to be comfortable with them. And if you have an issue with any of the trades, or if you want to add something extra, or you want to put a niche in or do something like that, is that you've got a project manager to go to, and then they can work it all out. So I think it becomes more cost effective. It keeps the job on time. So it's definitely worthwhile in terms of getting someone to oversee it all.
No, I tried to deal with one independent tradie once, and that was enough. So I don't know how to deal with 12. So I think if you're a customer, it's an absolute no-brainer. I know people see the renovation shows and think it might look easy, but it's definitely not. And I think it's absolute no-brainer. And it's really affordable. From the cost you said before, I think Jim's pricing is really good too. So, but look, thanks very much for your time today. It's a pleasure to meet you. Really glad to hear you doing well. And people want to learn more about Jim's Bathrooms, 131-546, head to the website, jimsbathrooms.com.au. And it's a no-brainer to use you guys and use other franchisees with it. It just makes the process a lot easier. And thank you very much for the time, so we appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the episode of the Gyms podcast. If you want to learn more about the Gyms Group, head to gyms.net or call us on 131-546 Australia or 0800 454 654 New Zealand. And if you did like the episode as well, please make sure you leave a review or a comment or a thumbs up or a comment on the video as well. We appreciate your support. And until next episode, we hope you have a great week.